Look at this pottery. Oh, right there. Hey, hi everybody. Come on over. We're opening. Well, we're into a couple fire pits where we left off the last time we were here, and we can show you later a couple of the points that came out. But I just started. I'm just cleaning it, trying to get my surface clear, trying to redefine the fire pit so we know where we're working. Already we hit some points of interest. Here's a little flake of flint that came out. Okay, a little piece of debitage. And then this is interesting right here. So it may or may not be pottery. We'll check him out in a minute. But look here, this one is. You can actually see where the charcoal has stained the pottery. So stay with me, okay? And watch me, and I'm gonna work, see if I can get this out of the ground. We'll see how big it is. Oh, this is so much fun. So welcome to the night before Christmas. A couple reminders while I'm digging here is that normally trowels are very, very sharp, and always, without exception, when they're not being used, they're always in a vertical position so nobody gets hurt, but also so you can find your trowel. So as you can see, and I hope you can see this really good from your angle, is that we're right on top of a piece. This could be just a little tiny piece of pottery, but it could be big. It could be wrap around, it can go down. I'll figure that one out. But this has my interest too. So let's peek over here for a minute. See what we got popping out of the ground right there. You never know what you got. Whoa, there we go. And what did we have? We had a piece of sandstone. So on the heels of this piece, let me show you what came out earlier as we were cleaning it this morning. A little bit of charcoal came out of the ground, and then a piece of pottery. I'll get him in the sun so you can see him real well. Remember I said it's like a piece of two pieces of bread with crunchy peanut butter in the middle. So skin or bread, and then in the middle will be your clay and your crunchies, your little sand grits. When we spray and clean these later, you'll be able to see it much better. So I'm going to focus back on this piece now and move the charcoal. We're not doing any carbon 14, so we're able to touch it. Okay. I think we got an end right here. What we don't know is how far back it goes this way. And it looks like it goes a little ways this way. All right. Okay, there he is. Let's get him out and look at him in the light. Got a little bit of dirt. There's the external part of the pottery, the skin. The other part of it is just deteriorated with time. We'll wash him up and give you a good look at him in a few minutes. So what I'm going to do is quickly clean this off and see if we've got anything popping out. We'll go do some sifting and see what's happening. Now, there should be some FCRs. We should be hitting a lot of FCRs if we're on some type of a fire pit, whether it's a hearth or a bake oven or just a plain simple fire pit. We should be hitting a lot of FCRs. And here's the cortex, or the outer part of the really probably metamorphic igneous type rock and shattered from the heat on this side. FCR. Okay, let's see what this guy is right here. FCR. That's a big rock. Okay, we'll work around him. What I'm doing is I'm trying to see if I've got a well-defined feature. I know that we're on a fire pit right here, but I'm not seeing a real distinctive clarity between the actual pit itself and the regular dirt. I see a slight darkening of the earth right here, but absence of charcoal, which down here means that it's just been a pit that's been in the ground much longer, and you've had some literally dissolving of the charcoal and being turned back into soil again. This is another piece of granite, FCR. Those are good signs. If it was all sandstone, I would be thinking maybe bake oven, but right now it looks like we may be on a little bit of charcoal, a little bit of charcoal, a little bit of charcoal. These are good signs. I hope this turns out on the camera. Right here. Here's a little bit. Right there. See it? Right here's a little tiny guy. Seems to be quite a bit right there. Charcoal. Some more charcoal right there. All right, well, let's do this. Let's take a short break, and we'll sift, take a look at what we've got. Hey, hi, everybody. We'll take a look at what's been coming out of the ground. Reminder, we're in the month of September now, and this is when your yellow jackets, their whole metabolism changes. They switch kind of over from fruit, and they're still eating rotted apples and things like that, but they won't think twice about biting you. So be mindful of yellow jackets. We have to watch for them. We have to watch for the nests while we're working. So we'll see you in a couple minutes, okay? Oh man, in the middle of sweat and swirling yellow jackets, we have got to the bottom of things. And in this case, in terms of archaeological dig sites, the bottom things is the bottom of a fire pit. And this one may have been used a little bit as a bake oven. Not a lot of sandstone, a lot of metamorphic, some igneous rock, a lot of chips, not tons, but there were chips. Some diversity. There were some Flint Ridge chips. There was a lot of Coshocton chips. On the site, typically when we hit a Hopewell or an Adena pit, the percent skyrockets to Flint Ridge Flint, and then the rest of the Coshocton is minimal. So we finished it. We went down. We went below the fire pit, and then we ran into kind of a conundrum down here. We found that the sand got easier and easier to dig, like disturbed soil, and which is a good thing. And it was darker, which is a good thing. And then all of a sudden I noticed that there's a uniformity. There's a layer of soft and brown all the way across. And I'm like, okay, we hit the natural moisture line. We have been without rain for 2 weeks now. And it's very safe to say Ohio is experiencing a drought, something we haven't had for a long time. But nonetheless, we went down deep. We got below the fire pit. We hit the moisture zone, so we know we're done there. Looking at the walls for any possible features here, none. This layering is just natural over the years, the eons, the millennia, just natural layering of leaves and mulching and forming what we have. There's no evidence. There is no feature in this profile. Now, what we don't know is we haven't looked laterally yet. And that's something that we'll do before we actually stop today. We're at a point now where we may be doing our last buckets. We did get more pottery out. No points, but we got more pottery. So I'm going to clean some of it off and show it to you. And some of you are going to go, all that for just that? Well, that's a lot of what archaeology is. It's a lot of effort, sometimes for very little output. And it's if you think about walking your fields, how many hours did you walk before you found a couple good pieces? And it's all a lot of the same right here. So getting ready to call it quits right here. We'll haul our buckets over there, start sifting, and kind of close it up for the day. So thank you so much for staying with us on this one, and you're welcome to come on over to the sifter. Alrighty, we just finished doing probably a little over 30 buckets, and they're 2 to 3 gallon buckets each, and occasionally somebody threw in a 55-gallon. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, we're done sifting. It took forever, but this is what we got. And with this, you can multiply it times 5. and that would be all the little tiny microchips that are not here that went in our debitage pile. Well, let's take a look what we found. And my partner today, I'm just so proud of her. She popped this out of the ground, and gorgeous, gorgeous Coshocton flint. But if you can look, I'm going to put my thumbnail right on it, right up here, right here. That is an overshot. Damaged on this lateral corner, damaged on this lateral corner. Remember, I said I think this is a new tool in the prehistoric toolkit. This was a wonderful, wonderful find today. Now, before today, when we first found this fire pit, this drill and this point, hard to say what he is. He could be a Dina or Hopewell, and he just looks like a crude Hopewell to me. But these two are right on top. Today, this came out. So let's just start right here. We have different kinds of pot. We have this really thick, probably Adena pottery. And as I said, as you get closer to the bottom of the vessel, it gets much thicker. And then you have some just really unusual colors. People want to say they used a different color slip on the pottery. I don't know that. But anyway, this is all pottery, little shards that came out of there today. These are little micro blades right here. You can just barely see the retouch on these guys. This one, it's a little more evident right here. This is the side, the lateral side of a broken tool of some sorts with a lot of retouch all down one side. This one is a good one to look. You can see the bulb or the cone of percussion. We go to the opposite end, it's gone. But you can't pitch these because you got to look here. You got to look here to see if they're using these like you would use a wedge like that. So this will have to be looked at. And then we have some bigger chips that no doubt were some type of a tool. We just have to wash them and clean them off. So this is unusual. I can say with a really high level of confidence that I find these especially where I find pottery. My friends up north seem to find the same thing in their pottery and late woodland pottery, and think it had something to do with boiling or simmering things in the pots. I don't know, but I just know I find them where I find my pottery on the dig site. So here we are today, a few hours later, exhausted, but what a great day. And it's always a pleasure. It's just so wonderful to bring you folks along and let you just get a taste of what it must be like to be on a dig site. Again, this is being run as a salvage dig because it was severely inundated with potholes and things back in the 70s. But there's enough undisturbed area that we can still have a lot of fun, find things, and do some cultural examinations, and it's great. So thank you for coming, and we'll see you again real soon.